Hello everyone and welcome to Crystal's Crochet Cubbyhole. Today we are not making a washcloth, but we're going to make this neat little sleeve or holder for our water bottle. It has, this bottom, let's see if I turn it where you can see it. It has this bottom like edge so that it helps set it up flat, You know how some water bottles just want to flop right over, they're crooked. This will help it stand up. Plus, it's a nice little thing to hold on to and it decorates your bottle. Now, when we're done, you can, if you wanted to, you could add your own little handle to put, like a strap to put on it, so you can put it on your shoulder or crossbody to carry it with you if you're walking or something. I just made mine without the strap. So we're going to make one without the strap. To do the strap, you would just probably, you'd connect in with and then do a row of chains the length you want, and then come back again with single crochets and do that as thick as you wanted it, like a couple, 2 or 3 rows probably. But we're going to do this today. We will need our yarn. I'm using cotton yarn. If you probably could use any kind of yarn you wanted to, but if you use something other than cotton, just make sure you look at the washing directions on that. You'll need a pair of scissors for cutting your ends, a needle for sewing in the end, and you will need a crochet hook, and I'm using a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. Okay, let me get closer. Okay, and we will get going on. Now to start, we're going to do a magic circle. So to do a magic circle, I'm holding my yarn like this, wrapping it around my fingers, crossing it over and making it an X, flipping over my hand, hold down that. You go in under the first piece of yarn, grab the second one, pull it through, twist, reach over here and grab it again, that back one, and pull it through. And that makes your magic circle. If that's hard for you to do, then you can also do, let's do this. Another way to do a magic circle, to do a circle, is you do a slip knot, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, I just realized I didn't have my light on. Let's see if we can get some more light on the subject. Oh, that's so much better. Sorry about that, guys. You got 4 chains, then you'll go into the last chain and do a slip stitch. Pull it through, and you can hold on to that opening of your circle there. Make sure you got the middle. And then you would go ahead and do whatever stitches you're going to do inside your circle. Like, okay, I'll go ahead and do this one like this. So you'll do a magic circle, or you do this, and then you're going to chain 1. And now you're going to do 12 double crochets into that magic circle, or the circle that you've made. And the chain 1 does not count as a stitch, okay? So, hold on just a second. Okay, I just went ahead and did the regular magic circle because that's what I like the best, because I feel like I can get a tighter gathering when I do my stitches. So I've just done so you chain 1, and that chain 1 does not count. Now inside that circle, we're going to do 12 double crochets. One, 2, 11, and 12. And also, one thing I forgot to mention is you will want a stitch marker to keep track of where you started. So there I have 12 double crochets into that magic circle, and I'm going to pull and cinch up that magic circle so good and tight. And then I'm going to count around to make sure I start or I end and do the slip stitch in the correct one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So right there. I'm going to take the end of my yarn, I'm going to wrap it, because then I can work it into to what I'm doing, and I'll have less to cut off. So I'm going to do a slip stitch, chain 1, and then that is our first round. Now in the second round, you're going to do 2 double crochets in every stitch around for a total, when you get done, you will have 24 stitches. So I'm going to start right here in this very first stitch where I did my slip stitch. So I'm going to do 2 double crochets in each one. So there's 1, and right now I'm going to stop, lay my yarn over, and put my stitch marker right there to save. That's the very first stitch I did, so I know that's where I'm stopping at. Then, so there's 2 in that one. Double crochets all around, 2 in each stitch. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So you continue around doing 2 double crochets in every stitch around, and I'll meet you back near the end. Okay guys, I'm coming up. I've got 2 more stitches actually. It looks like 3, but this little stitch right here is where I did this, the chain 1, the slip stitch in the chain 1 space. So you've actually only got 2 more, and if you have to count on your way around, because you're not going to have no more than 24 stitches now every round. So you just count, and you got two double crochets in each stitch around, and you should have a total of 24 stitches when you have finished. Oops, that looked like it wanted to grab. Make sure you just get those top 2, the top of the stitch there. Okay. Now I'm going to slide this out and keep track of where my first stitch was. We'll go in, and I kind of pull it a little bit tight here, my working yarn, so that it's not a gap there. And you're going to do a slip stitch, chain 1. Now there's the end of round 2. Now for round 4, round 3. I'm counting the magic circle as the first. I've got it numbered on my card or my notes. So your first round was 12 double crochets into your magic ring. Then you did 2 double crochets in every stitch around for a total of 24 stitches. Now we have slip stitched that round to join. We have chained 1. And now we are going to go into every stitch around, back loop only, and do a half double crochet. So wrap your yarn, and this one, here's where you did your slip stitch. You're going to have to go into the back of that loop and then do a half double crochet. And these are a little tricky at first. Okay, back loop only, and that'll give you that little edge there for it to sit on. Do a half double crochet, back loop only, all the way around. I did not put my stitch marker in there, so I'm going to have to count and make sure I've got 24 stitches around, and then I'll join it. Okay guys, we're coming up on the end, and again we are doing a half double crochet, back loop only, all the way around for a total of 24 stitches. Now I'm going to pause. I'm going to count my stitches, and see that doing the back loop only gives you that little edge. So you got a little edge, little bottom for your drink to sit on. So hold on, and I'll count my stitches, make sure I've got 24. Okay, so I'm going to go into that very first stitch I did from this row and do a slip stitch, chain 1. And that is the end of your third row. And there you have formed the bottom of your water bottle holder. Now, for the next row, we are going to do 1 double crochet in every stitch around for a total of 24 stitches. So, double crochet all the way around in every stitch, 1 double crochet for a total of 24 stitches, and I will meet you near the end. Okay guys, we're coming up on the end. We've got a few more stitches to do, and again you're doing, oops, those got crossed, hold on. Well, what in the world did I do there? There we go. Okay, I was counting my stitches and I got it twisted around, so we're good now. So I'm doing a double crochet in every stitch around for a total of 24 stitches. Just a couple more to do. Okay, and then there's my stitch marker in my first stitch, so I'm going to remove that. I'm going to go in, and again, like I said, I kind of pull that a little tight there so it won't be too loose, and do a slip stitch to connect my row and chain 1. Now for the next row, well, I'm going to go ahead and cut my yarn here. I've already weaved it in as I was going along, so I'm going to cut off some of this excess. Get that out of my way. Okay, now for the next row, we are going to do a half double crochet in each stitch around for a total of 24 stitches. And so I'm going to start, and we make sure we start where we did our slip stitch and connected our round. We're going to do a half double crochet. This just gives it a little texture and a little bit of a design on our water bottle holder. So half double crochet, that was my second one. Let me put my stitch marker in the first one so I don't lose track. It makes it a little easier because then I don't have to go back and count on my row, all my stitches. There we go. So half double crochet every stitch around, and I'm going to keep doing this, and I will meet you back near the end of this round. Okay, I'm coming up on the end, and again we're doing half double crochets every stitch around, and when you're done you should have a total of 24 stitches around on this row. And we'll remove this and slip stitch into that first stitch of the round. And chain 1. Now, there's, see our little basket. And it stretches and it'll fit a little snug on your bottle of water so it stays in put. Okay, now I want you to, we're going to continue repeating those rounds. Round 5 and 6, do it 5 more times. So you'll do, the next round will be double crochets, slip stitch to join, chain 1, then half double crochets, and do that at those 2 rows for a total of 5 more times. And you can take notes, keep track where you're at. But again, we're going to do a round of half double crochets and double crochets. So this next round is double crochets. So do 1 double crochet in every stitch around for 24 stitches. Then you'll slip stitch in your first stitch of the round and chain 1. Then in the next round you'll do half double crochets all the way around for 24 stitches, slip stitch to join, chain 1, and do that for a total of 5 more times. So I'm starting on my half double crochets, then I'll do, or my double crochets, and I'll do my half double crochets. Then I'll do that again 4 more times after this set. So you're doing 5 sets of double crochet, half double crochet. And then it should, let me show you this. When you get done, and you can always use your bottle of water to measure, when you get to that point, to that last round, you should be right even with the top of the paper on your water bottle, that top area there. So you keep doing that, and I'll meet you back after I've finished my 5 rounds of double crochets and half double crochets. Okay guys, I just did my last set of repeats. Again, you were doing a half double crochet and okay, let me start over. You were doing a double crochet, then a half double crochet for 5 times. So now, to make sure that it's right where I want it, I'm going to put it on my water bottle and see if it's the length I want it to be, or the height, whatever you want to call it. And it is, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. I'll pull back. See, there's the paper, and that goes right up to the very top edge of the paper. So there's what we've got going on so far. Now, to finish off this water bottle holder, koozie, whatever you want to call it, we've got just 4 more rows, and then we will be done. So now, for the next 4 rows, I want you to do a single crochet in every stitch around. So again, I finished off that last row with a slip stitch, chain 1. So now you're going to do a single crochet around for 24 stitches, slip stitch into the first stitch of that round, chain 1, and then do it again, and do that 4 times. So I'll meet you back after at the end of the 4th round of single crochets. Okay, I'm coming up on the last few stitches of my last round of single crochets. Now that's the end, and to fasten off, again, we're going to do a slip stitch, chain 1, cut your yarn, leaving enough to weave in, and pull it. So there's what it looks like. Now let's try it out. And it's going to be a little tight at first. It does loosen up a little bit over time, but I didn't want it too loose. Oh, sorry for shaking that. There we go. And once you get started on there, it goes on pretty good. Make sure my little bottom's rounded out. So, hold on. There's our finished water bottle holder, koozie, whatever you want to call it. And there you go. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you have fun making your little water bottle koozie. And we will, I'll let you go, and we'll talk to you later in Crystal's Crochet Cubbyhole, okay? Bye for now.